Two suspected one-chance robbery operators were rescued by police in Abuja after they were almost lynched by a mob. The incident happened following a distress call about an angry crowd attacking the suspects. Police intervened and took the suspects into custody for investigation. This is a calm, fact-based analysis of what is confirmed, not emotion or opinion. The key question is, what does this incident tell us about street crime, mob justice, and police response in Abuja? The incident occurred in Abuja on January 29, 2026, at about 11 a.m. Police officers attached to the Utako Police Division received a distress call about an angry crowd. According to the FCT Police Command, members of the public had apprehended two suspected one-chance robbery operators. The suspects were being assaulted by a mob at the time the call was received. Police operatives were immediately deployed to the location. They intervened and rescued the two suspects from the mob. The police identified the suspects as Kefas Akaya and Uya Agwaware, both male. Preliminary investigations indicate that they are members of a four-man gang allegedly involved in one-chance robbery operations in the Federal Capital Territory. Police stated that the suspects reportedly travel from UK and Nasarawa State into Abuja to carry out the alleged crimes. Two other suspected members of the gang, identified only as Mary and Aisha, escaped during the incident. The FCT Police Command said efforts are ongoing to track and arrest the fleeing suspects. The command also condemned mob violence and warned against jungle justice, stating that investigations are continuing. On January 29, 2026, residents noticed suspicious activity involving the two suspects. Members of the public confronted them and raised an alarm. As the situation escalated, an angry crowd gathered and began to assault the suspects. A distress call was then placed to the Utako Police Division. Police operatives responded immediately to the call. They arrived at the scene and rescued the suspects from the mob. During the commotion, two other suspected members of the group escaped. The rescued suspects were taken into police custody for investigation. After the intervention, the FCT Police Command issued an official statement explaining the incident. This sequence explains how the case came to public attention at this time. The core issue here is the balance between public vigilance and lawful policing. While residents acted on suspicion of criminal activity, the situation quickly turned into mob action. Street crimes like one-chance robbery create fear and anger. When trust in immediate police response is low, crowds may take action into their own hands. This incident shows the role of timely police intervention. A quick response prevented loss of life and ensured suspects were brought into custody for investigation. It also highlights the risk of jungle justice. Mob violence can harm innocent people, destroy evidence, and disrupt proper investigation. The issue is not only crime itself. It is how crime is handled on the street, how quickly authorities respond, and how justice is preserved through lawful processes. The immediate impact is on residents of Abuja who face the risk of street crimes like one-chance robbery. Fear of such crimes affects how people move and use public transport. The suspects involved are affected through the legal process. Police intervention ensured they were taken into custody rather than harmed by mob action. The police institution is also affected. Incidents like this test response time and public trust in law enforcement. The wider community is impacted by the issue of mob justice. When crowds take the law into their hands, it creates risks for innocent people and undermines legal processes. This goes beyond one incident. It reflects how crime, public fear, and law enforcement response interact in urban areas. The police statement did not provide details on how the suspects were first identified by members of the public. There was no explanation of what specific actions led residents to believe a robbery had taken place. No information was given on whether any victims had formally reported being robbed. The police did not confirm if stolen items were recovered from the suspects. There was no public clarification on the exact location where the incident occurred within Abuja. Details about surveillance or prior intelligence on the gang were also not disclosed. The statement did not explain the next legal steps, including when charges may be filed. These gaps are not accusations, but they show the limits of what has been officially shared so far. For ordinary Nigerians living in Abuja, this incident reflects ongoing concerns about street crime and personal safety. It shows how fear of one-chance robbery can lead to quick and sometimes violent reactions. It also highlights the importance of lawful response. While vigilance is necessary, mob action can put innocent lives at risk and complicate investigations. For commuters and road users, the case reinforces the need to remain cautious and aware. It also shows the value of reporting suspicious activity early. More broadly, the incident speaks to trust in institutions. When police respond quickly, it reduces the likelihood of jungle justice and helps maintain order. In simple terms, safety improves when vigilance and law enforcement work together within the law. For people living and working in Abuja, this incident reflects ongoing concerns about street crime and personal safety. It shows how fear of one chance robbery can quickly turn into public anger. It also highlights the danger of mob action. When crowds take the law into their own hands, innocent people can be harmed and investigations disrupted. For commuters, the case reinforces the need for caution and awareness in public spaces. It also shows the importance of reporting suspicious activity to the police promptly. More broadly, it points to trust in institutions. When police respond quickly, it reduces jungle justice and supports lawful handling of crime. Watch for updates from the FCT Police Command on the investigation. This includes confirmation of charges and whether the suspects will be arraigned in court. Pay attention to efforts to arrest the two fleeing suspects. Any further arrests will indicate how wide the alleged network is. Observe if the police release more details about how the suspects were identified. This may clarify the role of public vigilance in the case. Also watch for continued messaging on mob justice. How authorities address this issue will shape future public response to suspected crime. The rescue of the suspects in Abuja prevented a mob attack and allowed the law to take its course. Beyond the incident itself, it highlights the tension between public fear, vigilance, and lawful policing. The core issue is how crime is addressed without resorting to jungle justice. So the question remains, how can public alertness and police response work together to improve safety while protecting due process?